Light No Fire might be almost finished and ready for release. There are several things in the trailer that look great, but what players unfamiliar with the current state of No Man's Sky will miss is that this trailer represents the entire developmental history of No Man's Sky, put together in a shiny new game package. This means that the time to actually make and release the game should be significantly faster than anyone is expecting. Light No Fire has been in active development for 5 years already, which means that all of the tech and experience that went into No Man's Sky in 2018 is the baseline for Light No Fire. By 2018, No Man's Sky had 6 major updates that each impacted No Man's Sky in major ways, the last of which was Visions, which updated planetary variation in the form of biomes, creature types, and rainbows. It's at that point they began work on Light No Fire, and then 9 months later, No Man's Sky Beyond came out. No Man's Sky Beyond brought with it a complete overhaul to base building systems and NPCs. It turned the Space Anomaly Nexus into a community hub and added more overhauls for general gameplay and discovery functions. When we look at what those updates brought to No Man's Sky and compare them to what we can see in the Light No Fire trailer, we can clearly see that all Hello Games has done is take the best parts of No Man's Sky and used them to create a new game. Take a look at this. This is a character mounting a dragon in Light No Fire, and this is a character getting into their ship in No Man's Sky. The camera is practically identical. Watch how this hummingbird in the back takes off, and this is how ships take off in No Man's Sky. The flying mount mechanic in Light No Fire is a reskin of ship flight in No Man's Sky. Now, this isn't a bad thing at all. My point here is that they didn't need to create this code to make it work in the Light No Fire world. They just needed to copy it, clean it up, and make it fit, which would have taken significantly less time. Swimming and underwater content in Light No Fire is clearly similar to No Man's Sky, along with how buildings are built between the two games. I'm just going to assume that the base building system is basically going to be the same between the two games, just with a different aesthetic. Now, I did notice that there was a character chopping a tree down though, so gathering materials may work much in the same way as it does in other survival builder style games. So we can see that they're also at work implementing new systems that will make Light No Fire more than just a reskin of No Man's Sky. Hello Games spent years getting their base systems figured out so the game works well today. But more importantly, they spent years streamlining their internal processes in order to churn out a total of 27 updates during the entire lifespan of No Man's Sky. And if you really look at what those updates included, they weren't really small updates. So now, all of that learned expertise is being dumped into a new game that so closely resembles No Man's Sky that they could actually be simply using a lot of the mechanics and systems that they've developed over the years and just put it into Light No Fire. And that in turn would significantly cut down on development time, wouldn't it? I mean, I'm not a dev and I don't really know how the internal stuff works, but it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? Even though copying systems from No Man's Sky will make development faster in some ways, Light No Fire needs to be its own game and its own thing. And Hello Games has to make sure that they don't simply make No Man's Sky 2 or No Man's Sky with furry animals. Unfortunately, that's all we can get from a single trailer, until Sean comes out and gives us more information on the game about what it's actually supposed to be. The main goal of No Man's Sky is exploration, which is great for casual players, but not exactly a recipe for large-scale, long-term success in the game. And when describing Light No Fire, we heard a lot of the same descriptors from Sean Murray, which doesn't exactly sound exciting for players like myself who enjoy No Man's Sky, but would like Light No Fire to be something completely different entirely. Details on Light No Fire are still non-existent, and I'm on a heavy MMO kick right now. So here I am hoping that Light No Fire actually turns out to be an MMO, but I'm probably way off the mark. Considering Hello Games is still a small studio and a true MMO would probably be completely outside of their collective skill set. So in the meantime, all we can really do is wait. That's all I have for you today. You're welcome.